I couldn't be more disappointed about the results of tonight's double eviction episode. I couldn't be more disappointed. There's so many things I want to go off about. It's bad enough Cynthia was rooting against Todd during the damn veto comp. She was rooting for MIESHA to win it just so she didn't have to touch the block when she never goes home on the block regardless. That triggered me. We have Todd Bridges, who's up 2 points with 5 rounds to go in the HOH to figure out who's the final 4, who's going to control the game, who's going to make it to final 3. Todd Bridges just needed to get one answer correct in the HOH comp after the first 2 rounds, and he blew every single round. He allowed Cynthia to get 2 rounds right, just to get sent home by the Wonder Twins and say he's rooting for TODRICK to win the game? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to be the most unlikable final 3 since BB15. It's not even close right now. It's not even close. People were complaining about BB22 All-Stars, pregame alliances, all this stuff. Give me Cody, Enzo, and Nicole any day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the critically acclaimed, the Pop the Trunk podcast, now Patreon exclusively sponsored Hall of Fame, Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. I'm, of course, your humble host, Dave Smith, Pretty Boy Smitty, Protocol Paul, Pearl Game Ultra, Smith Dog Trio, that rant god, Hotep Thanos, Throne Thanos, Metro Kaiba, the Pro-Black Prodigy, the Shadow Realm Shaman, the Pronoun Punisher, and the No Sleep Assassin, here to bring balance back to Big Brother Celebrity Season 3, since no one on the damn cast can bring any balance. All of the above on that ISAT test and ACT. You know what it is. Oh, I'm feeling it tonight. And this is the 19th rant of Celebrity Big Brother Season 3. And this rant is entitled Curse of the Wonder Twins, because that house is cursed. You need to bring in a witch doctor. You need to do a seance on that house. Something ain't right with that house. Because we can't have nice things in these streets, can we? Can't have nice things. Everybody's last hope was on Todd to win HOH. I'm seeing an evil dick come out the woodwork. Oh, I'm rooting for MIESHA to win HOH and for TODRICK to go if Todd wins Veto. We ain't trying to hear that. Ain't no one rooting for MIESHA, cupcake spoiled Tate, to win no HOH. What the hell, man? See, that's when I knew, all right, there's a lot of people who secretly rooting for a non-black winner. They ain't gonna say it out loud. They'll just hide behind other scenarios that they can live with. I'm seeing people say, you know what? It's a win-win scenario. Either TODRICK gets evicted tonight, or he loses by 9-0 on Wednesday. Ha ha ha. This ain't no win-win scenario. What's wrong with y'all? This is the worst timeline imaginable. This is a lose-lose scenario, 1,000%. Todd was the only person, if he made Final 3 by winning Final 4 HOH, that could have given us some hope that, oh man, we might get something unexpected. Now the only thing unexpected we can look forward to is TODRICK winning Final HOH, evicting MIESHA, and having Cynthia be the worst winner of all time. I'm not looking forward to that as a black fan. And you shouldn't either, black women. Newsflash. Cynthia exposed herself tonight. There's people telling me, oh, Dave, you're jumping to too many conclusions. How do you know Cynthia is not going to align with Todd and Lamar? Oh, she told CARSON on his deathbed she would work with those 2 black men over TODRICK and MIESHA, Dave. See, the proof is in Sunday's episode. You should watch it. Just to have her tell MIESHA she loves her tonight. Just to have her actively root against the black man. Just to have Cynthia throw the veto comp to MIESHA in the first round. When Todd and Lamar needed Cynthia to win it to keep all 3 of them safe so MIESHA would leave in final 5. Y'all not hearing me? Cynthia threw that shit on purpose. She saw the easy ride. But in throwing it and then admitting out loud she was rooting against Todd actively, she exposed that she threw the veto too. She's a fool. Because now she can't act like, I didn't know what I was doing. I just stumbled. No, you're showing us you're doing these things on purpose now. But when SHANNA was doing these things on purpose, it was a problem. You do it, you get to keep acting like, I'm a recruiter, doesn't know what I'm doing. you don't get to use that excuse no more. Because tonight proved you know what you're doing. And you're going out of your way to be off code just like your adopted son, TODRICK. This guy was given the opportunity tonight to single-handedly evict Lamar and Todd back-to-back on the same night. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. And to hear Todd say TODRICK deserves to win, man, oh man. Man, oh man. And you notice how the connection's messing up. I'm saying too much truth to y'all. They want to hide this. I am so disappointed, y'all. That HOH comp was for Todd. He won the first two answers, and he just got too excited. You can see it on his mind. He's like, I'm finna do it. I'm finna do it. And he just got ahead of himself. And before you know it, he's in a rush to answer questions. And it's like, bro, calm down. Calm. He would not calm down. You feel what I'm saying? He kept answering prematurely, getting the answer wrong. Cynthia gets the next two right. Then all of a sudden, MEISHA goes on a tear, gets two in a row. MEISHA, you are the new HOH. And notice, Julie didn't force a tiebreaker when it was 2-2-2 to actually give Todd and Cynthia a chance to win at HOH. Oh no! She wanted to make sure MEISHA had a chance to go ahead and outright take that thing. She did not leave it up to chance. Then you fast forward to the veto comp tonight. I'm sorry, Lamar. The only reason why I'm not really talking about your evictions is because we saw it coming already. I'm not on purpose trying to ignore you. I'm just saying what really matters is what happened at Todd, the second hour of this episode. That's why I gave patrons a fantastic rant reacting to Carson's interview. Check it out if you want to. But other than that, you got to understand, the veto comp tonight was completely rigged. And that's why I was telling people on Twitter, Todd blew it. That HOH was the closest thing to a fair comp you were ever going to get because TODRICK and MEISHA both weren't in it. That's why TODRICK was so nervous. That's why after MEISHA won the HOH, they celebrated like they won the Super Bowl. And then this dude has the cheek to tap Todd on the back. Oh, better luck next time, Todd. Good luck in the veto. And you think he deserves to win after that? This showboat, this prick, this punk. The guy does a nomination speech, makes it all about himself, buck breaking himself down the steps, pink slippers on, tiara, the whole nine, making a mockery just to nominate two straight black men in the process, which felt malicious. To have Cynthia laugh it off like this is some cute stuff, disrespected straight black men even further. Then for her to throw the veto after that to set up Lamar and Todd to fail. Woo! I told y'all she was going to work with MEISHA and TODRICK because all she ever wanted is for TODRICK to win. That's all she ever wanted. But if she's in final two with him, will she tell the whole jury, vote for him over me? No, at that point, she's going to want to win. Which is why now I have no choice but to root for MEISHA to win the final HOH. Because I do not want to see a scenario where we get the worst winner ever. I do not want to see it. It is a demerit on Tamar's legacy. Absolutely. It's not even close. It's not even close, bro. Nah. I do not want that in the history books, bro. I don't care how anyone feels about that statement. Everybody, look, if you non-black, you agree with me 1,000% because you can see the game without having emotions involved. If you're black at this point, you can also see it because Cynthia snitched on herself tonight. At this point, I don't want to see anyone saying I got a problem with her because I should have a bone to pick based off of the rhetoric she used tonight. So now we got a final three. TODRICK, easily one of the most hated players I've ever seen for multiple reasons. Just for production, to fit into this double eviction episode, some little think piece, little monologue of him saying, oh, I hope young gay people look up to me and they see me doing this and bro, no one in the Moist community is looking up to you, bro. Listen, I got to keep it a bean with you, bro. And for them to even put that in the episode, why'd y'all even put that in? Are y'all trying to give him a chance for forgiveness? There's nothing to be forgiven. And see, that's when I knew, man, production 100% wants that final two. They want it absolutely. Grodner, listen, man, I bet tonight's double eviction episode was like Grodner searching on Pornhub. You feel it, dig me? Listen, she got off tonight off what we just witnessed. Meanwhile, black fans who actually wanted to see some parody, super fans in general, let me not even leave it to just black fans. Super fans in general have a right to feel disappointed by this season. I can't wait for it to end in 2 days. Bring on Big Brother Canada 10. Listen, horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And I'm not trying to be salty, but man, I have a right to be salty because I sat through 2 hours of nonsense just to see Todd during the veto comp basically just be like, oh man, this isn't for me. And I felt bad for him because he knew he blew the HOH. At that point, he was mentally defeated already. And at that point, TODRICK and MIESHA were mentally inspired to shut the door on him. If he would have won that Final Four HOH, MIESHA and TODRICK, you would have saw a different MIESHA and TODRICK if Todd would have won that Final Four HOH. Because then it would have been a me or you situation for that veto, right? Now it's they're nervous. And the veto was rigged for them anyway to win it. The point is, at the end of the day, if Todd was that HOH, one of them would have stayed on the block. Cynthia would have been the sole vote to evict. And all Cynthia would have had to do is send MIESHA out the damn game. That's all she would have had to do. But she's so much of a MIESHA fangirl these days, I don't even know if she would have even wanted to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, no matter how you shake it, we can't have nice things. This season is cursed beyond belief, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Like, listen, I don't know if the cookout did some voodoo at TODRICK's house. I don't know what's going on in these streets. When I saw Cynthia during that veto comp that Todd won, laying down when everyone else is sitting up, I knew what was up, you know? Then we see, and give Lamar some credit tonight. I thought he went out with a lot of class and stuff like that. To see TODRICK trying to paint Lamar in the light of being rude, when TODRICK is by far the most rude player of the season, man. And then the speech that TODRICK gave when they forced the 1-1 tie, and it was Lamar and Cynthia on that block, when TODRICK went out of his way to basically imply, oh, bro, too much hot sauce on the chicken. You're going out of your way to put some ranch on the side. Bro, chill out. You know what I mean? Chill out. You know, this is just like Lamar Odom said. TODRICK does not know how to win with any type of respect. And it lets you know he ain't won that much in his early life. That's why in his adult life, he's all about doing too damn much. And see, Lamar senses it. He can feel it, right? But that's why I feel for Lamar. I feel for Todd. Because both of them deserve better than what they got from Cynthia tonight. Both of them. Now, if you're a fan of Cynthia, your argument will be, well, she had no choice. She couldn't beat Todd or Lamar, but she can beat TODRICK. Come on, Dave. From a purist standpoint, you got to give her some credit there. Cynthia don't need this money like that. The way she talked about SHANNA made it seem like SHANNA was selling her soul, but Cynthia was above all that. Cynthia has shown herself to be lower than what SHANNA even was. Because she turned on 2 black men just to kiss MIESHA's ass. The same thing TODRICK been doing all season. If I didn't know any better, it's as if somebody memory wiped her and uploaded the TODRICK chip into her CPU, and now all of a sudden she's just another TODRICK. That's what it looks like to me. Laughing at all of his cringy jokes. Not holding him accountable at any moment for how he treated CARSON. All she said was, when CARSON left was, it's a little disappointing. Are you kidding me? You disregarded SHANNA saving CARSON with a veto just to say TODRICK and MIESHA betraying CARSON is only a little disappointing? I told y'all she was not going to keep that SHANNA energy. And this is a massive flaw in her edit. And I would have respected her a little bit more if she did not admit out loud she was rooting for MIESHA to win that veto. When she said that, that was when the pin dropped. That was when even her fans had to go, wait, what? Rewind. What did she just say? TiVo? Huh? Alexa, is Cynthia high? Yes, she might be. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing out here in these streets, Cynthia? What are we doing? Like, for real. Now, I do want to give Lamar some credit. I thought it was really dope how he said he doesn't really have any friends in this game, but Todd was kind of his sobriety coach in the house. That when I heard him say that, I said, man, that is one of the best friends you could ever have, man. Somebody who keeps you on the straight and narrow path, keeps you from not losing yourself, going back to your worst self. I thought in that moment Lamar was telling us Todd is his real friend. Because only your real friend is going to help you in that way, man. Real friends don't want to see you spiral, man. Real friends want to see the best out of you. And that's why TODRICK was never a real friend to CARSON. That's why Cynthia was never a real friend to Todd or Lamar. And that's why this is the worst looking, the most unlikable Final 3 I've seen in 7 years. Listen, BBOTT had a better Final 3 than this. BBOTT. That says a lot. That speaks volumes. BB21 had a better Final 3. Had a better Final 3. I could talk myself into, all right, there's someone in that Final 3 that has a redeeming quality. This Final 3? Nah. Sorry. Not going to happen. I mean, it's just embarrassing all around, man. You know, the way Cynthia was the first eliminated in that HOH comp. And did y'all notice, and I'm talking about the HOH comp that was all on Lamar to win after Todd's HOH. The reason why that ticked me off is because why did production all of a sudden implement an HOH that was perfect for CARSON right after they got out CARSON? Wasn't that weird? Very weird. It's almost like MIESHA and TODRICK knew they had to get rid of CARSON and couldn't keep their deal because they knew he'd win the next HOH. You see how that works? They knew Todd and CARSON would have came for them in that Final 5. They knew it. That's why they kept Lamar for one more vote just to get rid of him next to Cynthia. Then they got rid of Todd next to Cynthia. I told y'all Cynthia's the Black Veronica. And some of y'all took it personal, but it's the truth. Thank you so much, Lola, for the super chat. I appreciate it. I am truly trying my best here to vent on behalf of every fan in this game. Please hit that like button for me. I'm putting my heart on the table here, okay? And I'm not normally an emotional guy. I like to keep it logical, but we have a right to be emotional. Because Todd was the last of the Mohicans. He was the last person with any yokeability. If you would have saw MIESHA Tate's face after the first 2 rounds of that HOH, she was rattled. When Cynthia got the next 2 right, she was rattled. She was down 1 to 2 to 2. All it took was for Cynthia or Todd to get one thing right. MIESHA, from a mathematical standpoint, could not catch up. Which makes me ask the question, Cynthia, did you throw that comp after you got 2 points? I got to ask these questions. Because it was so easy for her, the two she got right, then all of a sudden, you know what? I don't really want to win this HOH because I make Final 3 regardless. It felt like that, Cynthia. It felt like you knew if you won that HOH, black folks would look at you different the minute you threw up Todd next to MIESHA. Instead of TODRICK and MIESHA, the whole world would have saw her even worse than they already saw her in the first hour. And I think she made a business decision. I think she made a business decision, y'all. And for Tamar to be the winner before her, the best way to preserve what Tamar built is to make sure MIESHA wins. I hate to say it that way to y'all, but at this point, listen, I want to be able to step away from this season in a couple of days and go, okay, at least the winner was worthy. Let's move on. But see, if the winner ain't even worthy, then that's going to lead to casting having to ask themselves some questions. Is our casting flawed with this 50% by people of color? If the worst winner of all time was crowned because we may have casted too many black people? See, that can create a Pandora's box of taking back all of that, and then we're back in the Stone Age. We're back to BB15. But I got to ask the question, what difference is it if this Final 3 is still so unlikable with the 50% people of color in the cast? What's the difference? And that's the problem. If you're not changing the people in production, if you're not relieving Grodner of her duties, if the front office ain't changing, how do you expect the team to get any better? If the front office gonna stay the same for years and years and years, and the team is still trash for years and years and years, you can't keep blaming the players. After a certain point, you got to blame the people in charge of picking the players. And at the end of the day, I see a very flawed system right now in BBUS. And this season exposed a lot of things that, quite frankly, wasn't as obvious as prior seasons. This is super obvious how rigged this is, man. That veto comp, The season's only 3 weeks long, and you want to do a veto comp based on dates with a 56-year-old man fighting for his life, whose best friend and partner in this game was Lamar, who don't even get the game? Who is Todd studying with? You think MIESHA and TODRICK gonna study with him? No, they want him out. It was set up for him to fail. It was a 52 fake out from the start. And that's why the minute he didn't win at HOH, I knew what it was. I'm telling people, nah, man, it's over. He blew it. And Todd knew it was over. That's why he walked into that veto comp defeated. Like, man, I don't know what days any of this. And y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. I mean, it got to like round 6 or 7 or 8. He was just like, hey, man, they already won. Can we cut this short, bro? I felt like Todd. I had people hitting me up on Twitter. Hey, can you start your rant early? Because I don't want to sit through another 20 minutes of this nonsense. That's how bad it got tonight, y'all. No cap. Oh, man. All these 2-hour episodes this season have been flops. The more I think about it, has there been a single 2-hour episode this season that's been worth watching? Serious question. Has there been a single, every Friday episode has been flopped. And tonight was a flop. We have not had a single 2-hour episode worth sitting through. We sat through all them commercials, all them advertisements, just to see something we expected already? For a game that prides itself on expect the unexpected? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy to me. Now, tonight we also saw Todd regret taking out CARSON. I knew he would regret it, but once again, no one regrets anything until TODRICK and MIESHA's after them. Then all of a sudden, oh, I see the error of my ways. Did you notice how tonight Lamar asked MIESHA a question on whether her man could fight, and she went out of her way to crack a joke about him beating him up? Like, I was thinking in my mind, like, Lamar, you should know that one comment you mentioned about wanting MIESHA out over SHANNA, this is why she's shadowboxing in the living room. Shadowboxing. We got a whole gym upstairs, but you just want to shadowbox downstairs? If you don't carry your ass up there. She does it as an intimidation tactic, man. And everyone's scared. You can shadowbox with yourself as much as you want. If I'm in that house, I'm coming for the smoke. And that's why I told y'all if I was Todd during his HOH week, TODRICK would have been out the game in Final 6. I mean, yeah, Final 6. He would have been out the game in Final 6. I tried to tell people that. All you had to do was do what I said to do, and he would have been gone. Because TODRICK next to Cynthia forces CARSON to evict TODRICK. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bong. But for whatever reason, people refused to nominate Cynthia next to TODRICK. When she was his #1 fan, she got her pom-poms out. FLOPRICK. Yeah. Flopdrick is the way. That's all she's doing. CARSON's HOH week. All she did was have the pom-poms out, man. I'm like, what is this? Well, she got her wish. Now she's in that game. And then during her speech, when she was sitting next to Lamar, I got to mention this. Did you notice how she sneak dissed Lamar throughout this whole episode? It's bad enough she was rooting for Todd to lose the veto so MIESHA could keep the noms the same. But then she creates the argument, oh, Lamar's won an NBA title. I should stay over him because of that. You're talking about the title he won with Kobe over a decade? Well, yeah, over a decade ago? Somehow that should paint a bigger target on Lamar Odom? What? See, if this house was smart, they would realize, you know what? Cynthia's great friends with TEDDI, who's probably going to be a huge player in this jury because she was the first one put in the jury. She's close friends with CARSON. She also has a pretty good relationship with MARAI. You know, I could create the argument that if I was in that house, I would be more threatened of Cynthia winning than Lamar. Because from my perspective, if I'm not seeing Lamar's confessionals, if I'm not seeing all of his funny moments, if I'm not seeing the edit itself, I would want Lamar around longer than Cynthia strategically. The fact that TODRICK feels so secure with Cynthia to take her to Final 3, it is a testament to how much ass-kissing she has done for him that she refused to ever do for Lamar or Todd. It is a testament to how she has become the very same thing she hated weeks ago. It is a testament to how this game reveals your truest self. And it's also a testament to how TODRICK feels like a woman. He's always wanted to be a white woman. His favorite players are white women. He hates on white women because he wishes he were them, right? So for me to see this guy have a moment during tonight's episode where I'm doing this for the gay boys, it's okay to be yourself. Bro, you don't even want to be a boy as it is. Like, come on, man. Talk about false advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And is he the right person to deliver that message, coach? I'm just being honest. That was meant for CARSON to deliver. But I guess production felt like we got to have the black gay guy deliver it because if CARSON delivers it, it's not going to hit the same. But if TODRICK isn't liked, then it's not going to hit at all if he does it. I mean, production, what are you doing? What are you doing? Salute to Yanil. I appreciate you. Happy belated birthday to you. And thank you so much for the super chat. At the end of the day, man, this is how I truly feel, dog. This is how I feel. This is easily one of the worst final threes of all time. And it feels as if TODRICK is doing all these things to be hated more because he's trying to be the one who makes MIESHA likable by comparison. Hey, guys, hate me so much that she wins. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like, right? Have any of y'all ever played League of Legends, Smite, those type of MOBAs, if you will? Those games are a lot like RPGs where you have tanks. Tanks' job is to distract people, make all of them come and attack them. They have high defense, high health. They can take a lot of damage. And that allows the assassins or the hunters to come through from behind and get those kills. Understand, TODRICK to me is a tank. He's taking all of the hatred, all of the vitriol, and he's just bathing in it, in the pool of blood, because he just wants to reward MIESHA. That's what it feels like to me. Now, if he cuts her in Final 3 HOH somehow, once again, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be happy he did it, because that's a good game move. I mean, not cutting her would be even dumber. But at the same time, at this point, listen, it's so rigged for MIESHA. Man, just hand her the damn trophy already. Go ahead and do it, man. It feels like Tim Donaghy is working in production. I got to keep it a funky in these streets tonight. It feels like Tim Donaghy was part of this season. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to hear what the streets think. I got to hear what the fans think. Listen, I've given my thoughts. I do not want to repeat the same arguments. And I know y'all going to have some crafty questions that's going to bring out more of me. And y'all know the earlier I go into these questions, the better it is, okay? Because I definitely want to incorporate y'all in this rant. I feel like every fan is so disappointed. I mean, we saw this coming, but man, Todd was so close, man. One answer right after round 3, and he wins. After round 2, and he wins, and he makes Final 3. He disrupts everything. By Todd automatically making Final 3, now MIESHA has to think, like, ooh, do I still want to take Cynthia? That makes TODRICK and MIESHA go, sorry, Cynthia. Even though you're an easy person for us to beat in our minds, we need each other in this Final 3 because Todd could whoop our ass. It would have at least made Wednesday worth sitting through. Now, the only thing we got to look forward to, really, is after the Final 3 HOH is won, what decision is made and the jury. Really, we're tuning in on Wednesday night to hear the jury go in. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And man, I feel like this season needed Todd to make Final 3. It needed it. It needed it, man. When you talk about punching in and really working for that spot, Todd worked for it. Yeah, he may have been on MIESHA and TODRICK's side a little too much. But the way Cynthia even tried to clown Todd and Lamar for being too loyal to that side, Cynthia, stop it. You're clowning them while you tried to replace both of them with them two. Like, who are you to create that argument? Are you kidding me? That seems to be Cynthia's game, right? I'm going to criticize you for wanting to work with the duo that I basically sold all of y'all out to work with myself. Cool story, bro. And see, Todd had such a great moment during the veto comp. He knocks out TODRICK and waves at him like CD Lamb versus the Patriots. If he would have made Final 3, do you understand how legendary Todd would have been viewed after all of that? Oh, now the wave looks like premature showboating that he did to TODRICK back, and TODRICK got the last laugh, and it's like, oh, man. Oh, man. But yeah, get your questions ready. Please hit that like button. We got over dang near 200 in here. I need to see 100 likes before I get an answering questions. Come on, let's get it cracking in these streets. I know y'all as disappointed as I am. Let's go. Even if you a Cynthia fan, you might be a little salty because she being held accountable. You can't say I'm being wrong, though. I'm right. I'm spot on. Shorty's a flop. How do you... This MIESHA, who's been after CARSON all season, you literally rooted for her to win a veto. And you threw a veto to her when if you would have beaten, if she would have just knocked out MIESHA, y'all, do you not realize TODD still knocks out TODRICK the same way? Lamar and TODD throw it to Cynthia on purpose. She takes off TODD. Guess what? MIESHA goes up next to Lamar. Now TODD and Cynthia are the 2 votes to send MIESHA out the damn game. This woman legitimately decided to not be the hero for the black community because she decided she would rather have TODRICK be the hero that she isn't equipped to be herself. And that's my problem. She put TODRICK in a position to send those 2 black men home one by one when all she had to do was beat MIESHA in one. And let's be real, all of these comps are so low budget production. What the hell? If Tiffany Pollard ain't on this season, y'all should have more budget for these comps. These comps look horrible, man. I gotta keep it a bean. But with that said, all she had to do, ladies and gentlemen, all she had to do was knock out MIESHA. Then MIESHA never has to face TODD, right? If she just knocks out MIESHA, it changes the whole veto comp because it's 3 versus 2. According to Cynthia, who told CARSON that to make him feel good on his last day. If she really meant what she said, she never lays down. And I thought it was a microcosm of a game all season. All she's been doing is laying down and letting MIESHA and TODRICK walk all over everyone. So it's almost poetic that she just lays down and lets them have their way. And then she has the nerve to be disappointed over a black man winning. Like, what? I have to touch the block. I know I make final 3 anyway, but me touching the block. Talk about first world problems. Are you kidding me, coach? I wish I would stay no matter what and then complain about touching the block. I mean, come on, bro. At this point, Chris asked a question. At this point, hey, Chris, you've been riding with MIESHA this entire time. Salute to you, bro. At the end of the day, I'm with you. I want MIESHA to win, bro. Listen, there's no other outcome. Any other outcome, unless we were TODRICK can't win. The only other outcome besides MIESHA winning and Cynthia winning, that would, oh man, I just know. That would be so bad. It would be so bad. No. No. Listen, Cynthia winning this game would be like, I'm gonna give y'all a reference. It would be like the Charlotte Bobcats winning the NBA Finals. Are you kidding me, coach? I'm talking Brendan Haywood, Gerald Henderson. You feel it, dig me? I ain't even talking Tyson Chandler, Steven Jackson. I'm saying Brendan Haywood, Gerald Henderson. All right? It would be like the Charlotte Bobcats winning the NBA Finals, bro. Seriously. It would be like the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl. We almost had the Bengals winning. Which shows me a lot of this stuff is rigged. But that's neither here nor there. Please, I hope y'all got y'all questions together. I was stalling a little bit. Get your likes up, y'all. Get your likes up. Y'all still slacking a little, but it's cool. She's Veronica, coach. Oh, I'm venting for you, Ashley. Don't worry. I'm coming. Listen, I told y'all I'm about to go retro RBR. I ain't looked at my notes really all night yet. I'm heated. Worst final 3 leaving a bad taste. Facts. Sunshine G says, can't watch any more of this train wreck. Already stopped watching live feeds. Hey, y'all heard about how Big Brother Canada is ranked 8th right now on Paramount Plus in terms of reality television shows? Listen, that tells me a lot of people who still have Paramount Plus and say, F all these feeds, I'm watching BB Can and I'm finna watch something that actually feels like a good show now. And that's the problem. I don't think, Thomas, I don't think CBB4 will be any better. Because this season is setting a horrible precedent, man. A horrible precedent. Look, I think CBS is going to look at the algorithm. They're going to see how much TODRICK has led to people showing up to hate. And they're going to think, oh, we need another TODRICK for the 4th season now. Do you see the way all the engagement we're getting from so much hatred of this guy? We need that for next season. And this kind of, the more TODRICK is hated, the less people focus on production being hated. And that's what production likes. They finally found a front man to take all of the, didn't I say he was a tank in a MOBA? Now you get what I'm saying. He's taking all the bullets for production. He's taking the bullets for Cynthia. He's taking the bullets for MIESHA. Meanwhile, the cookout are taking the bullets for him. Are you kidding me, coach? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like everyone's jumping in front of everyone. No, I want to be a superhero for you. Hit me instead. Like what? Self-preservation, coach. Self-preservation. Man. Chris said, I told you Cynthia wasn't on code. Cupcake wipes all of them on Black History Month. And see, that's what's even worse, Chris. I feel like TODRICK, for a guy who completely clout chased off of the cookout to have this opportunity, is now basically trying to help MIESHA be viewed as a woman who could have single-handedly beaten the cookout because of the way he's helping her over the other black people. He's going out of his way to basically say MIESHA means more to him than the cookout itself. See, people not really looking at the symbolism of all of this, y'all. Y'all not seeing it. It's Grodner telling y'all, the cookout, I gave y'all that just to break even after BLM, but now let's get back to rigging it for the white woman or white man of my choice. She's basically telling y'all that too, right? But I still would rather have her way with that than see Cynthia win this game. Listen, because I know Cynthia winning will feel like a W to some people, but it will be an L for a long time that people will not forget. MIESHA winning this season, it'll be an L instantly, but it'll be a W in the long run because at least we can forget about it. That's really what people need to understand, okay? Cause and effect. Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, at this point, there's no one else to root for, Chris. But to be fair, though, in a few rants ago, I did say MIESHA's the only one who deserves to win at this point because everybody's just falling on the sword to help her. I mean, hey, it is what it is, you know? At this point, it feels like the final two is finna be Game of Thrones because it's finna be the Battle of the Bastards. Bang! Oh, yeah, I'm bringing the punchlines through off the dome. Y'all know what it is, huh? Now, I don't know which one is Jon Snow in this situation, which one's Ramsay, but at the end of it, I think TODRICK's Ramsay. You feel it, dig me? There's at least something that you can find about MIESHA that's redeemable. She has kids, she has a family, she deserves the money. She's been underpaid by Dana White for years. You know, I can talk myself into why I can be okay with her winning, but Cynthia don't need the money. She went against what she stood for as a black woman to make it this far. And all she does is enable TODRICK, who has been the most petulant punk I've seen in years. At the end of the day, man, those two put me in a position to not even root for a black winner. And that's the craziest thing, because everyone will tell you I have a pro-black channel. That should tell you how unbiased I am. You feel me? Because I can see the forest from the trees. Chris asks the question, is MIESHA Tate a better BB winner than all winners starting from season 15? Well, let's get rid of Andy. Let's go ahead and take him out of the equation. I guess the only person who competes with her is who, Derek? Steve is a low-frequency winner, all things considered. Nicole F. speaks for itself. Josh, come on, man. Y'all all know that the last thing I want to do is give him any credit. I know business. Casey? There's an argument to be had that KC played very similar to MIESHA. Mickey, rigged. Cody, rigged. Xavier, that dude. You know what? X might be the only one who could say what's up to Misha. I gotta keep it a bean. He might be the only one who can say what's up. He might be the only one, and that's why he ain't gonna be at TODRICK's house for the after party, because he the only one who really is as good as her. I ain't finna kiss your butt. I'm cool. Shoot. I passed a bar exam. You know what I mean? I respect it. And Azza, please don't show up to the after. What are you doing, coach? But I'm gonna leave it at that. And salute to Whitney. I don't give Whitney from BB23 much credit, but she said no to the invitation. And she said she hopes other people say no to show up to Flopdrick's crib. Whitney, this is a rare W for you. But I will say this, you do have tendencies to try to make stuff about you around finale night. I'm starting to notice a pattern. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. Abdi says he still blames Cynthia. She unintentionally used CARSON, Lamar, and Todd as a shield and stepping stones. She's a total flop. All she had to do was win a POV. I mean, to be honest, she could have won HOH tonight too. It's like she down tools. When I see Todd and Cynthia up 1 point with 2 rounds left and neither one get a point, it's like, what is going on? Like, I could tell Todd was legit upset. He was cursing. They had to mute out some things. You know what I'm saying? But it was like Cynthia didn't care. She did not care whatsoever. She doesn't care about winning anything. You know? So for her and her speech to be like, I'm the only one left in this game in Final 5 who feels so alone. I no longer have CARSON. Oh, you talking about the guy whose game you ruined by making his HOH about you? That's rich. And understand, that whole speech was probably coached to her from TODRICK on feeds to basically throw Lamar under the bus. Because at the end of the day, why are you talking about being alone when you're clearly working with the Wonder Twins anyway? If I didn't know any better, Cynthia is the curse. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about? If you really pay attention, everything Cynthia has stood next to turns to shit. Besides the shitty people. I gotta look at who's the common denominator in all this, man. Come on, dog. Seriously, man, it's insane. And then you got Julie talking about, oh, in case of a tie, America's vote will matter. It ain't going to no tie, Julie. And Julie don't want it to be a tie. Soon as Todd told her he was voting for TODRICK over me, she was like, you're not allowed to say that before finale night, huh? And go home and watch the show. That was Julie basically saying, we want a 9 or 8-0. Julie, I'm catching on. Julie don't like TODRICK at all, dog. You got to read between the lines. I have seen Julie. Listen, I've been watching this show since Gretchen Massey, all right? Since Gretchen Massey. I know when Julie is being a little spicy in these streets. And that was some Kung Pao that she initiated with Todd Bridges. That was some Kung Pao enter the fist action. All right? That's all I got to say. Funny movie, by the way. I love that movie. Yes, please do not forget, it's Recency Bias Radio, but I appreciate you plugging the Cash App, though. It is $ Recency Bias Radio. I would definitely prefer that over Super Chats in the future because YouTube be taxing, I'm going to just put it that way, and they be late with the payments. There's 2 things you don't like. Someone who takes money off the top and is late with it in the first place. I'm just keeping it a bean. But that's neither here nor there. I still appreciate the Super Chats from y'all. TODRICK pointed out Todd was a straight black male, then evicted him. Thank you, Thomas. It was like he did that on purpose to say, you're going home because you're not willing to be gay. Or a woman. It is what it is. Like, what? I mean, Todd says, hey, man, you played the best game in this house, man. And you couldn't say nothing good about the game he played all season? All you could say was, you're a straight black male. And you're like my uncle. An uncle that I fight with, who I try to buck break every other week. But at the end of the day, it's the thought that counts. What? Listen, I could tell Todd was just ready to go. Soon as Todd was ready to grab his bag, he's like, I'm free! Yeah! You would have thought the Big Brother house was Arkham Asylum. That lets you know that house cursed. Huh? That lets you know it's cursed. Todd was getting that bad energy, boy. He was like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't win in hindsight, man. I ain't willing to sell my soul like y'all young whippersnappers. Y'all, listen, y'all got a lot of soul to sell, man. Todd been in the game since the 70s, boy. He just trying to live his best life. He just trying to live his best life, man. Yo, living my best life. And Xavier living his best life in Mexico, too. Facts, Patrice. Lamar called TODRICK a fake friend on Instagram. Oh, that's spot on. That's spot on. But see, now we know TODRICK's even a fake friend to the cookout. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to see who he's a real friend to. The only person it feels like he's a real friend to is MIESHA Tate. He's not even a real friend to you, Cynthia. He's bashed you from the start. He pinned what SHANNA did on you week 1. I mean, at the end of the day, this is an L. Imagine throwing a veto in an HOH that could have put you in position to actually be viewed as a decent player, not a horrible one, and you said, nah, I like this horrible tag, bro. I like that. Because I can still have a chance to be the worst winner ever with that tag. I don't like the fact, I don't want to be the one thought of that could win something. Because then if I'm thought of that I could win something, I actually, help the legacy of black women move forward. And I don't want that for myself. I'd rather be dragged to the end and be a running joke. Am I lying? She made these decisions calculated. Like, come on. And it's her birthday weekend at that. You don't even want to win a comp on your birthday? What's going on? Now, I'm going to throw this comp on my birthday because I already got what I wanted out of today. You know what I mean? I don't want to put too much icing on the cake. I mean, I'd rather have Cupcake do her thing. And I saw the way she hated strawberry shortcake. So I'm going to stick to this red velvet. You know what I mean? It's like, what? It doesn't make sense. Thank you, Margo. Please smash the like button, y'all. Y'all know these jokes are on point. And they're clever, too. Because if you was watching feeds, you know Cynthia love that red velvet cake. Boy, hey, can I have all of their red velvet cake? Black folks love ourselves some red velvet cake. I love it, too. I can't stunt. With some cream cheese frosting, maybe. I like carrot cake, too, though. I'm probably like the only person in my family that likes carrot cake, though. They be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you like that? Man, it's good to me, bruh. Yes, Gretchen Massey, coach. You feel a dig me, Gabby? We go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac right there. Tawana said Cynthia's the curse. Listen, if she go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, bruh, I don't know, bruh. She might have to retire from that show. Because if I'm anyone was rooting for her to actually play well, coming off of Kandi Burruss' performance, I would look at her like, you did Kandi dirty with how you played, right? Like, what advice did she even give you, girl? Like, are we serious right now? I know you ain't finna pick a fight with me. You wouldn't even pick one with MIESHA. Like, people have so much comeback material for you on a show like that now. Do you understand that, Cynthia? By you only picking a fight with SHANNA, everyone can say, man, you better stop before I go MIESHA Tate on your ass. I know that's the one person you will not get angry about. Do I gotta call up TODRICK for you to calm down? Listen, I could be a writer for that show now with so many Big Brother jokes because of how bad she has played. Listen, I gotta keep it a bean. Horrible. MIESHA Tate, 4 HOHs, 3 vetoes. Derek, 0 HOHs, 0. Well, Derek did win HOHs and vetoes, though. What do you mean? I can't remember how many, though, but Derek did win HOHs and vetoes, though, Chris. Come on now. Let's not lie now. Let's not lie. And we also got to keep in mind, MIESHA's like one of the only athletes in that house in her prime. Everyone else is like on the AARP list. Is it that impressive? Now, I will admit, Derek played against a lot of bad players, too. I mean, the only people he really had to compete against was Donnie and Frankie. Because Caleb was really just a Cynthia. Well, no, Veronica was Cynthia. So I guess that means Caleb was CARSON? Ooh. Well, I guess you could say Caleb was Todd. Ooh. Sorry, Todd. I'm just being honest. Todd, you got Caleb'd. That's messed up. Because Caleb a long time ago should have known what it was, but he kept believing, no, we're together, yeah. I'm going to help you turn on Frankie, yeah. And Frankie basically was CARSON. Oh, well, You know what? This season is mirroring BB16 a lot now. The more I think about it. Because if TODRICK sends Cynthia out the door and takes MIESHA to final 2 with him, that will be Cody taking Derek. But I still don't think Cody was anywhere near as repulsive as TODRICK. So, but it's still a good comparison in a sense. Because you can argue Cody choked by making that decision. But in this case, TODRICK, no matter what, loses because he's too dumb to see it. But it's the idea that he was unwilling to lose to a black man. But he's willing to lose to a black woman, and he's willing to lose to a white woman. That's the thing that really infuriates me. Because when it's convenient, oh, I'm a black boy, and I do this for black boys, and you think black boys looking up to you do that to 2 black men twice tonight? You had the sole vote to evict through tiebreaker, then you had the sole vote to evict in final 4. And I feel like you threw the veto just so you could have the sole vote to evict Todd again. Woo. Woo. Oh, okay. I'll type it in. I'll type it in for you, Caesar. I'll type it in for you. Here it is right here, coach. I didn't see that comment until now, man. That's it right there, bro. It's literally the channel name. That's it. You know what I mean? And I'll go ahead and pin it for y'all. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I just want y'all to know, YouTube be BSing creators, man. Something serious. They be BSing us, dog. Like, we have to wait 2 months for whatever y'all donate. No cap. If y'all donate today, I'll have to wait until April 21st to look at that money. No cap. It's insane. But as soon as y'all donate, they'll take 50% right off the top. They don't wait 2 months to take their 50. That's why it's, now y'all see why I jumped to Patreon. I had to do something because really, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here in these streets. But I know y'all still needed me publicly, and that's why I'm still giving y'all A1 content because that's who I am. Thomas Cook asks a question. I wonder what happens if KATTAN gets booted instead of MARAI. I wonder how the rest of the season goes. Great question. Because MARAI would have stayed in the game. I would create the argument that MARAI probably would have gotten... Well, no, because... Well, yeah, because MIESHA won the HOH after that. The HOH after that was... I can't remember what that HOH was right after that. But it seemed like a comp that was built for MIESHA, right? That involved like flexibility. Oh, it was taking the clothes off. And the ski lift. I think MARAI, I think she could have won that. And if she would have won that, I'd argue she would have just went after Chris anyway. The only difference it would have made in the game, possibly, is that MARAI, I think, would eventually saw a reason to flip on that side. I don't think MARAI stays loyal to that athlete side the whole game. I don't think that for a second. I definitely thought MARAI would be in the Cynthia spot of being dragged all the way to the end, people thinking they can beat her, and then she shocks the world by beating the favorites. I thought that would be her role. Only to have Sybil for me if MARAI did it, because she's the only Asian person on the cast. What other option does she have to play? Cynthia had so many avenues and lanes and streets and roads to play this game down, and she literally said, I'm going to go for the lowest frequency possible of gameplay. And that's why I'm disappointed. And that's why other fans agree. Because normally fans would not be this agreeable with me when I'm discussing stuff like this. Sunshine GX question, Coach, how do you watch Big Brother Canada live feeds? Number one, let me type this website to you. If you don't have Paramount Plus, go to bmxtv.net. You can watch, and I pinned it right there at the top now. You can watch... Yes, bmxtv.net. You can watch live feeds live, but you can't rewind or fast forward with the flashback feature like on Paramount Plus, okay? That needs to be stated. So, hopefully Paramount Plus, now with having Big Brother Canada content, hopefully this means we also get live feeds on Paramount Plus. So far, that has not been confirmed nor denied. What we're hoping is, now that it's on the platform, the next step would be live feeds. The minute it gets confirmed, I will be sure to let you all know, though. But for now, bmxtv.net is your go-to. But think about all of the prior seasons I covered of Big Brother Canada when I couldn't rewind or fast forward, and I still talked about the game so well. I really had a hard job ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? I had a hard job. So I'm just here to let y'all know. Yes, YouTube is very shady, Gabby. Now y'all know why I started Patreon. That's why when people say, hey, man, why don't you do a lot of public videos? It's literally because YouTube Googled. I ain't even trying to say too much because they'll flag this video. They so malicious. I'm just being honest. They do not like it when people call it like it is. It's like Demolition Man in these streets, bruh. But that's why I stopped caring about monetization. You notice how when I first started YouTube, a lot of my rants had ad breaks. Now none of them do. Y'all can watch them all in one go. That's what Patreon afforded me to do. So now the public can get everything they want all in one go. Patrons can get all the extra content they pay for in one go. Everyone can win. And that's what it's all about, making sure everyone can win. Lamar's IG post made the shade room. And see, that's the thing, man. Lamar absolutely can't stand you. I heard he went up to production, and I heard he told them something like, man, this guy TODRICK, man, thank you so much for production for dealing with me, but I cannot stay in this game an extra day. I'm losing my mind next to this guy. Please allow me to leave. He even went up to Cynthia and said, hey, man, if Todd don't win this Veto, please send me home over Todd. And Cynthia knows, you know you ain't going to go over Todd, right? Because even if I vote for you to go, Todd, well, actually it would be MIESHA would vote for Todd to go, and then that would force a 1-1 tie, and then TODRICK just sends Todd out the game anyway. But that just goes to show you, because see, prior to Lamar being shackled to TODRICK with that punishment, I don't remember Lamar being as vocal about how much he can't stand him. I think that one day of being forced to be around that dude all day, listen, man, it's like they say, man, the relationship ain't real till y'all move in together. And in my opinion, they went from just dating to going steady to moving in with each other for a day, and then he realized, you know what, I'd rather move out. You know what I'm saying? I like the space that I had before. You know, I don't need to know everything about you. You know, you're less attractive to me now. It's like that is popping off in these streets. For really, though. But yeah, do you have any more questions, though, ladies and gentlemen? I would love to run through more questions for y'all because I rock with y'all the long way. I appreciate y'all showing up tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ending we would like. Oh, Kingsley Bonsu, you're a patron, bruh. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Is Kingsley not have his wrench, or am I tripping? I think he has his wrench. For a second, I thought he didn't have his wrench. Okay, he does have his wrench. Okay, I had to make sure you had your Infinity Stone, Coach. But yeah, I'm just scrolling up and down trying to make sure if there's any more questions for y'all. By all means, I am in no rush to leave y'all because the next rant is the last rant of the season. All right, if y'all got any questions for me, by all means, throw them to me. By all means, I'm here. Yes, this is the first time. And I'll give TODRICK some credit, shoot the ish. I'll give him some credit. He might be the only villain in the history of the game that could bring everyone together. By all agreeing, we hate the same person. That's a rare quality to have right there. Huh? To be able to bring people together because we have one thing in common, and it's that none of us want you to win. He might deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 19th rant, a celebrity big brother entitled Curse of the Wonder Twins. Tonight, we not only realized that Cynthia was a double agent working against the straight black men's best interest, using them as stepping stones along with CARSON. And in Carson's exit interviews, he basically told us that Cynthia sold him down the river, but he couldn't really say it out loud, but he kind of implied it. We also have figured out in the super chat, in the live chat, that Cynthia might be the curse herself. It might not even be the Wonder Twins. Because if Cynthia plays for her own win conditions and is loyal to the people who are loyal to her, one could create the argument MIESHA and TODRICK do not make Final 3, but Cynthia would have made it anyway. So the fact that she was willing to not go, and see, that's the thing, Cynthia, from my perspective, you rooting for MIESHA to win that veto. When you know MIESHA winning Final HOH is the only way you don't win, makes no sense. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is the 19th rant once again, Curse of the Wonder Twins. I'm Dave Smith with Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. I hope you've all enjoyed this rant, and I will see you all again on Wednesday night to put an end cap on this horrible season once and for all. All right? It is what it is. But please do not forget to smash that like button, comment underneath this, and share with all the fans of Big Brother Celebrity that you rock with. And I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Deuces. The stones, they have a mind of their own. If I snap, you'll disappear. Unfortunately, just like Todd's chances of saving the universe. Now, everything falls on MIESHA. Because I'll tell you, MIESHA, I'm willing to live with you winning this game before I'm willing to let 50 Cent completely ruin Tamar's legacy in this game. And that's just how I feel, Coach. And I hope y'all agree with me. And I'll see y'all later. Until next time, I am inevitable.